Murray Sawchuck, our guest, he's world famous now, almost. Oh, you are really.
We're getting there. Yeah.
They know the name.
Yeah.
They know the name, illusionist.
Yeah.
They don't call you Murray Houdini,
No.
but Murray Sawchuck. Sawchuck, what a great name for what you do.
Yeah, it's different. Saw and chuck, kind of like sawing half.
Right, and we have these goldfish here because...
I know. Look at them. You can name them. You should name
I
them.
almost drank them on the break.
Yes.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Not the fish.
No.
But I picked this up and I went, oh.
I know. That would have been a heck of a YouTube moment right there,
No
Fanny.
kidding.
That would have been
That
a
would
moment.
go
We had the cameras
viral.
rolling, yeah.
And they're still alive, and I love that.
So, so do I. Thank you very much. I'm happy they're alive, too. It's
Yeah.
good for job security
Yeah.
and karma.
Yeah. All of that. They're very lucky.
Yeah.
Tell me about this show on History Channel. History Channel Pawn
Pawn Stars, P-A-W-N.
Right,
And
from the pawn shop.
yeah, exactly, in Las Vegas. And they've had this pawn shop forever. It's been a family business. And the son, his name's Rick.
Right.
It's a series of sons. It's the old man, which is the grandfather, the son, which is the son of the grandfather, and then there's another son, Corey, and then there's Chumley, which is their friend. And he plays like the nonsensical kind of guy, the dumb guy, you know. Almost everybody who wants to do the stuff he does the random stuff. And it's funny because people love him,
Sure.
you know. And it's a show, basically people bring in stuff to the store like they do on a regular basis. There's random stuff. It could be a speaker from Dodger Stadium. It could be a magic trick. It could be an old churning machine for butter. You never know what you see.
Okay.
It's
Could it
exciting.
just be a ring because you need the
Exactly.
money?
It could be a ring, yeah, exactly. Their main thing started from a gold and silver shop. So you bring in, and because it's Vegas, so many people go to Vegas, they lose their house, they lose something, they pawn their ring or their, whatever they
Watch.
pawn, yeah, or a car, just to get money or to go back home and not lose their house and family, you know. So that's how it happens, but on the show, they pitched it and they thought, look, let's make it a historical show, meaning, you know, obviously learning about items,
Right.
and bringing in items for a lot of money or maybe something.
So they
not
call
around.
you in when the
Yeah.
item has something to do with magic, and obviously Houdini, who did the do or die tricks, the death-defying tricks, had to have some kind of something
Yes,
to save his life.
of course, of course.
Let's take a look.
All right, let's see. This rivet here is flattened, so is this one. This rivet is raised, that's raised. You can see it in the photo, it's that clear as day. This is actually reflected off the camera, which a flat surface would. This is a great sign. This right here is this. I mean, that's identical. Granted, they could have put the same amount of rivets and jackets, fair enough. But you have 1 stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check this out, right there. Double stitch.
Wow.
It's amazing. It's almost like 1 in a million. You know what? This is Houdini's jacket from January 1st, 1915 in
That
St.
is
Louis.
absolutely awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Even in magic history, this is huge.
Huge magic history. You're a magic historian, not just an illusionist, but you know a lot about Houdini and vests and his vest.
Yeah.
What was that trick? Oh, a straitjacket.
Yeah.
Don't have to be in a crazy farm to wear a straitjacket. No.
But you know, Houdini always, everything Houdini did was to create a spectacle. He was one of the greatest promoters in the world. You know what I mean? He was the one that said he was the greatest escape artist in the world. He branded himself like that. Almost
Yes.
like Howard Stern says, king of all media, and king of pop with Michael Jackson. So he was wonderful. And what he'd do, he'd always hang himself or do a big spectacle in front of a news station or a radio station or in front of the newspaper building.
The New York Times.
Sure.
Of course he knew how to do that.
And of course, they're looking out the window going, hey, let's write a story about the guy dangling outside our window. And that's how it happened. And a straitjacket, of course, back in the day, would put mentally ill people in a jacket so they don't kill themselves or anyone else. And so that's scary. So he'd do this, and he'd get it tied up and hang upside down and try to escape. Now, that jacket on the show was the original one from 1915 in St. Louis. And it was hard to believe because the guy comes in, random jacket, grandfather gave him, played with it as a kid. Just run around and dragged it through the yard, the sandbox, everything, because 25 years later, you know, he's older now. He's like, well, let's see if I got some money in this. I found a picture. I thought, man, there's not many pictures. Because remember, back then, there wasn't digital. You didn't take 1,000 pictures of one thing.
Because
It was a
Houdini
big
died,
deal.
what, in the 20s?
Yep.
Somewhere there.
Oh, yeah, he died, yeah. And basically, it was one of those things where if you can find a picture that matches, I mean, it's such a rare thing. Because when you took a picture, you took like 1 or 2 pictures. That's it, because the film and the processing. So when we found a picture to match that jacket, I mean, and the only way is to look at the stitches and look at the dents and the rivets, really small things.
And I bet where the fabric came from.
Sure, of course. 'Cause
Like Jones
the awning
Stanton
company.
Awning
Yes,
or
exactly.
where-
The Stanton Awning Company has a big stamp of approval because it shows that if it said something else ridiculous, Mattel Toys or whatever it might be,
Right.
that's not obviously
That's
fly.
not a good sign.
Probably not.
What
not a
was
really
it
good
worth?
sign.
Any idea?
Yeah, that jacket was worth between $35,000 and $42,000.
Because I think I saw that episode, and he wanted 100 grand.
Yes, he wanted 100 grand. And
Doesn't everybody?
And can you believe it's on eBay right now? He's selling it for, he wants 149,000. And now here's the thing, he has money, he's retired, he's comfortable, great guy, so he doesn't need the money. He wants to see what he can get for it. And I told him it's just, there's no, the value's so high, it's never gonna, you know.
Right, but people collect the funniest things. As
Yeah.
you know, Marilyn Monroe's dress, that dress that
the white
flipped
one?
up,
Yeah.
just with the white one, just went for big
mint.
coinage.
Really, yeah.
How about the hat that what are those called?
Oh, the one over in the royal wedding?
And the royal wedding, you
thing?
know, Beatrice and
Yeah, had the whole, whatever it was
Eugenie.
called. Yes.
A fascinator,
Yes.
the fascinating fascinator,
Ridiculous.
big coin. It was kind of gaga.
It was a little
It was
bit,
a
wasn't
little
it?
gaga, yes. I
like
don't know, but somebody wanted it.
Well, yeah, because it stood out so much. I mean, smart on her for getting the press for it. I
What do
mean,
you collect? Anything?
Not much.
No.
I don't collect a lot.
Cars?
I got a new car. That was
did?
exciting. Yeah, I got it. Well, it's funny because I have an old car I've had for 20 years. Like, I mean, a truck, just because I travel and I fly all the time. So I never needed a new vehicle. I thought, you know, it's time to get a nice vehicle that I liked. So it was going to be either something really new or something really old. So I ended up picking up a 1973 Corvette Stingray. So all my friends are laughing, going, how do you buy a car older than the car you own now?
You
But
know, older than you are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So why a Stingray? Why a Vet?
I think because
What color?
it's red, classic red with black interior. And I think my dad always has liked old cars.
Sure.
He has one. He has a '69 Grand Prix Pontiac in its mint
wow.
condition. So I think that's where I got it from. And I thought, you know, they're built well. When you start them up, they sound like a real car. And you know, it's completely impractical. You can hardly put a briefcase in a Corvette. But that's the point. I've had a truck for 20 years. You know. So
And
it's
are they
time
still
to,
fiberglass? Was that a fiberglass?
Yes,
Vet?
fiberglass, and that was the last year they put chrome on a Corvette because it was the in '72 they put chrome in the front and the back.
Right.
Of it. '73 they took the chrome off the front because of laws. You needed a 5 inches of a bumper, like rubber type bumper, to the lights.
Since Ralph Nader got in there.
Exactly. See.
Yes.
And then, anyways, we put basically the chrome in the back, and that's the last year chrome was on the car.
For heaven's sakes, because you know if you have a little fender bender,
Oh.
it just breaks off.
It just right off, chips off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of
not
those
good.
containers you take away from the restaurant.
Exactly.
Crack.
Yes. And then you're in trouble.
And then you're in trouble. So tell me about Jada Grace Berry.
Yes.
New idea, new show, shopping it.
Yeah. We're-
Who is she?
Jada Grace is basically the little girl in Terminator Salvation, the
Okay.
movie. All right, and
Cute.
there she is. Yeah, adorable little girl. She's 11 years old, triple threat girl. She sings, dances. I mean, she's like a mini little adult running around like a 25-year-old. She has a really smart sense of the business, and her big fame came from the Terminator Salvation, where she was the little girl in
Right.
the movie, and then. Because she can sing, dance, and everything, and Hannah Montana is no longer on TV. That's over.
Right.
She is. They're trying to push her as the new Hannah Montana, and she's extremely talented, and she can do it. And there's a cast of these little kids running around,
Sure.
and there's a few other acts, and I'm the magician on the show. I'm Murray the Magician. It's an original name.
Right.
But it's
Very.
easy for spelling and easy for checks. So I come on as this haphazard magician. Remember Punky Brewster way back?
Of course I
The
do.
weird shoes and the
Yes.
weird pants with the. Well, that's my look. I wear like jeans with a t-shirt, a tie on a t-shirt with this random tux jacket with buttons. So that's kind of a look I wear. So, and I'm the magician on the show, and basically they come to me with their problems, and I'm kind of the voice of all reason. And then that's kind of the show. And basically
Oh,
we're
great.
shopping it, and it's
How much
you know,
fun? Well, now
yeah.
that Justin Bieber is ancient.
Oh, well, yeah, exactly. I'm
maybe
telling you.
there's room.
You never know.
For Gracie, what's her
Yeah,
name?
Jada Grace.
Jada Grace.
Yeah,
I
Jada
wanted
Grace.
to
Jada
call
Grace
her
Berry, by the way.
Gracie Berry.
Yes.
Jada Grace Berry.
Yes.
Jada Grace Berry.
Yeah.
We'll watch for her, and I'm sure some people know about her.
Sure.
What about this Magic Castle? I heard there is a castle which is kind of a private home
Yes.
for musicians and
No, sure.
magicians. Magicians who hit the top.
Yeah, well, it's funny you said musicians because it's kind of like the Carnegie Hall for magicians. So, you know, a Carnegie Hall for musicians, that's the place to play. It's
Of
such a great
course.
you know, form. In magic, it's in Hollywood, above the hills, right behind Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood. And it's a historical palace. Basically, it's an old home from 1901, 1905, that period.
Yes.
And it was called the Lane Mansion. It was a mansion when they had orange fields in Orange County in Hollywood. And now it's a private club, and basically only members can come in, or you need to know somebody. So we're performing there July 11th to 17th. I'm bringing my full show there. And I have a guest act. His name's Douglas Lefervich as Lefty, and he basically plays a disgruntled janitor in my show. And I don't usually have pretty girls in my show anymore because I'm cheap and I can't afford them. No.
Except maybe the perhaps
Exactly. Lisa.
dancer,
Exactly.
the
You never-
Australian
exactly.
dancer, Lisa.
Exactly. And what I do is it's just funny when you have somebody that's off character, especially in my show.
Sure.
So he comes out and doesn't really want to be there, and that's the whole kind of.
How great. And no Ferraris. You're not
No
manufacturing
Ferraris.
a Ferrari.
No, it's the stage is too small.
Maybe a Corvette.
Yes, maybe in your driveway.
Perhaps.
Maybe like that.
You
Say,
just
work
never
on that,
know.
huh?
I think you can do that.
Yes.
You brought cards. Were you doing
did.
it? How
You wanna
long's
learn-
the card trick?
It's real short. You want to learn?
Okay,
trick
yeah,
real
let's
quick?
do one more.
All right, great. Here we go.
I have to learn it?
Well, yeah, I'm going to teach you and your viewers.
That could
a little
take a
trick.
while.
Oh well, believe it or not, it's something simple. Can I slide this over here? A little bit?
Yes.
Is this okay? Or should I slide it back maybe for the trick
Well,
so we
put
can
it where
see
I
All
can drink it.
Oh, great. Yeah, right. So here's the trick. We have a 9 of spades.
Mm-hmm.
We have a king of hearts, and we have the ace of spades. All right. So I'm going to turn the cards over. I want you to pull out the king of hearts. All right. Just pull it out, and don't turn it over yet. Just pull it out. King of hearts, right? Now watch very carefully. King of hearts. Yes.
Yes.
Turned over. Jack of spades.
Stop it.
See? That's the trick. You want to learn it?
Yes.
Okay, I'll teach it to you. Here's what you do. When you go home, all right, you make a card, all right? There's 4 cards. There's a special card that has a flap, like that, okay?
You little tricks.
Yes. So what happens is you take your special card, you slide it into this little special flap, and it hides it, just like that, okay?
Right.
And then you take the ace, or whatever card you have, preferably different, and you put it just over top.
Over the slash.
And you hide it, so therefore it looks. So when you slide it out, this one comes out, and as it comes out, you just slide that over. And now there's that. Now when you make this, just because we got 2 seconds, at home when you try this, what you do is you take a card.
Don't try this, kids.
Yeah, you cut an angle just like this, like that. Very simple. Then you take a piece of tape, which I've prepared already, like this. And you run the tape on the back end, just like that, see?
Right.
And then you take a card of any one of your choice, like say the 3 of hearts. Take the 2 and the 3 of hearts and you place it just like this as a flap. So you're making your own flap on the card. All right, so make sure it's within the card.
Yes.
So now you got a flap. And there you go.
Oh,
you
easy.
You slide that in like
It's-
this. And then take your
Oh,
ace or
that's-
whatever card, and there you go.
Oh, that's so easy. And I know that those hands are so magical
See?
that
Present.
they, thank you,
You're welcome.
that you can do this and we'll have to practice,
For sure.
for sure.
Folks at home, you know, they can
Yeah,
do
we'll
it.
have to practice a bit, but it's better than the cigarette and the dish towel.
Exactly. Tell me about that.
Exactly.
Because if that's a mistake, we're in trouble.
That's a
So,
mistake.
Fanny, thank you.
Thank you. Nice to see you again.
Thanks.
Murray Sawchuck, illusionist.